Hello guys, and today's video bringing you something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about my reasons for selling my 2017 SV650. And for anyone that doesn't know, I started making videos here 3 months ago on this channel, mainly about my progress in learning to ride a motorcycle in the sunny and not so sunny land of Ireland. But just to let you guys know, the Suzuki played a massive role in this progression. At the beginning of 2024, I've done my motorcycle test and passed my category A motorcycle test here in Ireland. For anyone outside of Ireland, that's basically a license to ride any motorcycle over 500cc, I believe, or 50 kilowatts in power. So that's unrestricted on Irish roads pretty much. And today I just wanted to make a little video for you guys. It's not something I normally do, kind of voiceovers, but just wanted to better connect with my audience. And I feel like doing videos without it, it's hard to kind of get to know you guys, I suppose, in your journey. And obviously my solution to that then is to chat away with myself here on YouTube in the hopes that we can share your stories with me and get an idea of where you guys are coming from and your background, and kind of what videos will help you guys learn and see different aspects of riding. I also wanted to level up my channel, try bring it to a new level, I suppose, bring more entertainment content to you guys. So let me know, your feedback's always appreciated. If this style of video works for you, or maybe I can mix it up and try something a little bit different. It's just about keeping you guys entertained and I suppose coming back for more, and obviously keep me doing it as well. So look, I want to move back on to my reasons for selling my Suzuki SV650. I'm going to break this down into pros and cons, and I suppose we can start with pros. I got this bike super cheap, and when I say super cheap, I mean it was super cheap to run and super cheap to insure, which is a big bonus, I suppose, for me at the time. I've tried to explain this to people before in the past. Moving on to point number 2 is, when I think of an all-rounder bike, it's an SV650. I don't know if you guys have ever rode one before, if you've had friends with one, or you've just seen them around. This bike is an all-rounder bike. Like, the best way I could have tried to explain it to people is it does what you tell it to do. As with most things, I suppose, but it's the only way I can put into words of what this bike is like to ride. It just does what it says on the tin, and it does what you ask it to do. So I suppose that brings us nicely on to the next point, is this bike is very beginner friendly. Despite it being a little nipper machine, it's very linear power. I mean, it's nippy on the low end, it's got plenty of torque and it'll pull you out of bed, but it's also very predictable. And you know, you learn to appreciate that as a beginner. You don't want a bike that's going to be a loose cannon and throw you around the place. Like, this bike is very gradual, and what I liked about it when I first started. I suppose moving on to point number 4, it's reliable. I don't know if you've seen in my previous videos, but I'm not the most mechanically sound person there is. I don't claim to be, but this bike has been through the wars with me, I suppose, and you know, it's performed everything I've asked it to do and more. So, you know, I would put that as a big green tick for this bike, that it's very reliable, and it's something I'd recommend for people introducing them into motorcycles. And I suppose as well that links in then with point number 5 I have here on the pros, is that there's plenty of aftermarket parts available for these bikes. There's lots of forums and support pages, which I suppose sings to the tune of the SV650. Everybody loves them, and it makes it very easy as a new rider to kind of get into that community and I suppose learn lots about the bike and lots about the parts that are available. And it's definitely somewhere I've spent a lot of my time, was reading forums and, you know, just troubleshooting things for myself and learning lots. And owners manuals available, you can learn lots about the bike as well. And obviously picking up tips from you guys has helped me considerably along the way. I am going to move on to the cons. I'm just trying to think of 5 to kind of match it up, but I mean, like, these are more personal reasons, I suppose, for selling this bike. And one thing I'm going to put down as point number 1, you guys might be able to understand, is the cost of running 2 bikes. I currently have a Yamaha R6, the 2003 Yamaha R6, and I suppose this is a broad statement just to put, but just to kind of put it into more focus, is my R6 broke down, and knowing I had an SV650 there, it still didn't make me want to ride it. You know, it was something I felt I was missing, the R6, and I knew I had a second bike there, but not wanting to ride the SV was kind of a wake-up call to me. And again, this might just be a personal thing, but if in my heart I don't want to ride a bike that I own, it's probably not worth keeping. So I hope that kind of breaks down where this is coming from. I suppose then in point number 2, I was missing the wow factor and the thrill of sports bikes. Again, this is a little bit more personal. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's something that steered me away from the SV over time. Point number 3, and this is me digging deep, guys, like, it's a heavy machine. It didn't bother me too much, but it's worth noting over time you might want something a little bit lighter. I suppose again this is nitpicking, but I'm not sure about your guys' setup, but I'm lacking the luxury of space here in my place, so you know, working with 2 bikes and one of them being quite heavy just adds to the challenge. I suppose having a bit of weight in the bike, moving things around, just wasn't the easiest. But again, this is personal, so it might not even relate to you guys. The SV was mostly purchased, so just moving on to point number 4, was purchased to pass my motorcycle test, and it was cheap and I got the job done. Again, I was clutching onto straws, but I couldn't even think of a point number 5, which was a bad point for this bike. So I'm going to summarize this video, guys. I can't recommend this bike enough. Anyone looking to start out, worrying about starting on a 650 motorcycle, I want to clear the air. I done 18 hours IBT, which is initial basic training lessons here in Ireland. You have to do it before you can get on the road and get your insurance in place. I done it on this Suzuki. It's what led me into buying the bike, and never once found it intimidating to ride. It's always behaved, it's kept me safe, and I'd recommend taking lessons, of course, before jumping into a 650, but I don't see why anyone couldn't start learning on this bike. There's plenty of power on tap, and I honestly could see it being someone's forever bike. However, just unfortunately, due to my own circumstances and preferences, it's led me to look at selling it. Last part of the video, guys, if I've managed to keep your attention, I suppose keep you here this long, thank you for staying with me. I plan to take some advanced rider courses with ROSPA this year. I have an instructor lined up, and I'm hoping to do some advanced riding classes just to kind of deepen my understanding of motorcycle controls, and obviously broaden the horizon. You never know, you might find yourself in a different situation where different techniques may come into play. The reason I purchased the Yamaha R6, as well as I plan on doing a track day in Mondello, or doing track days in Mondello, which is a racing track here in Ireland. But I've booked in March the track training day, just to start from the very beginning, and I plan to bring the R6. I'm not sure how much of that part I can film, but I do plan to get some footage for you guys of track days and to kind of lead up to it and preparing for it, and any advice and tips and stuff that I pick up along the way. So I hope you guys stick around for that. I really think it would be very interesting content to be posting for you guys. Same with anything I learned from Ross, but I hope to share things that I've learned with you guys to hopefully make you guys safer riders and inspire you to maybe take additional courses or preparation to keep yourselves safe while on the road. Yeah, so just hope you guys continue to keep an eye on the channel. Let me know if there's anything you want to see, anything interesting that I can make for you guys. I love hearing your stories, advice, it's always appreciated, and let me know what you think of this style of video. I have some interesting plans for 2024 and some partnerships which will hopefully allow me to make some more interesting and competitive content for you guys to keep you coming back. But until then, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, hope I've kept you around this long, and let me know what you think of this style of video. I can make more, I can change it around depending on what you guys think. But until then, guys, thanks for watching, and see you next video.